Aadhaar bill has been passed by the Lok Sabha, and Shruti Mishra has the man behind the Aadhaar program, Nandan Nilekani. Over to you, Shruti.
Thank you, Mr. Nilekani, for joining us. You know, you're a happy man today. The Aadhaar bill got passed in the parliament this afternoon. How do you feel?
Oh, I feel great. I think it's a very good bill. I wrote about it a couple of days back. I think it's got some really very strong provisions on privacy, best-in-class provisions. And I think it's laying the foundation for India's economy and business to become paperless, presenceless, and cashless, transforming and reimagining every sector of the economy. So I think it's a great day.
It's also a landmark date. We have 1 crore already enrolled. 100 crore enrolled, sorry. So how does it feel? How's the journey been like for you?
Journey, we have had a lot of twists and turns and ups and downs in the last 6 years, but I think by the end of March or early April, we'll have 1 billion people on the platform, making it the world's largest digital ID platform. And I think it's not just the platform. On that, we have many services like authentication and KYC and all that. And all that will lead to a transformation of Indian business and government.
All right, sure. You know, now that Aadhaar gets a statutory status, what are the next steps we can expect in the use of Aadhaar for the rollout of schemes like direct benefit transfer, LPG fertilizer?
Well, I think that's for the government to speak. I think if you go by the public statements of the government, they intend to use it for kerosene. They're planning for pilots in fertilizer. Yeah. They're using biometric authentication for physical update, BAPU it's called, for rice and for PDS. Then they talk about using it for seed subsidies. So I think the government side of it will take off with cash transfer. The other exciting thing now is that with the new private banks and the small banks coming, I think the new banks will use this technology to really create a next generation banks. Yeah. So I think the private usage for providing services, and so also the SEBI is now looking at how to use it for mutual funds. So I think we're seeing a lot of other new players now looking at using it for the next wave of innovation.
Sure. You know, Jayant Sinha has commented that Aadhaar statutory status will help save 15 to 20% of the subsidiary bill. Do you believe this is an accurate estimation?
Oh, easily. I mean, as the government has said publicly, just on LPG alone, they saved something like 12 to 15,000 crores. So I think we're looking at a minimum of 50,000 crores a year of savings on subsidy bills. And that's just on the central government subsidy bills on LPG, kerosene, and food and fertilizer. There's also electricity and water, which is state governments. Even that can be cash transfers. Yeah. Then interest subvention can be cash transfers. MSP purchases, we can go to buying, we can make it a cash transfer. So there's a whole ton of things which we can, in the next 5-10 years, will have huge economic benefits.
All right, since the very beginning, privacy and security, these have been concerns in the very beginning, and even in the parliament today, there was a debate over privacy and security. Do you feel these concerns are exaggerated?
I think Aadhaar has the best security architecture that we have of almost any government system around. It's highly secure, it's minimal data, it's encrypted, it's kept offline. It has multiple layers of security. So I think it's a very secure system, and anybody who actually understands technology and studies it will be able to understand that. I think on privacy, this bill has very strong provisions. You can't share biometric data. You need user consent. You need informed consent. So I think a lot of very state-of-the-art, cutting-edge ideas on privacy in the bill. So I think on both counts, it's a very good bill.
But the bill says that in case of national security, biometric information will be given out. Is that not a misuse?
No, I think biometric information will not be given out. If so, that I think they need to look at that. I'm not sure exactly. My understanding was that biometric information is not given out under any circumstances. In any case, I think national security in any country has the, if the conditions are there, then they do open up data. I mean, if you look at what's happening in the US, if something happens like 9/11, then they do get all the data. So I think national security is a legitimate requirement. Obviously, you would have enough safeguards that is not that is used in a very proper manner.
All right, Tathagat Satpathy says that the definition of biometric information is too wide, and that's why he's opposing the bill. Your comments on that?
I don't know what he's talking about. With all due respect to the honourable member of parliament, I think it's very clear we have the photograph, which is there in many systems. I think the key biometrics, which is different here, is the 10 fingerprints in the iris. And that's, by the way, so many countries today, when all these people travel abroad, they are giving their biometrics to foreign governments. Sure. So I think biometrics is a well-known sort of thing now. And I think India has taken a huge amount of care to make sure it's very private.
All right, you obviously have studied the current bill, and it's not the same. It's not the same UPA bill. Do you support the current bill, and anything that you would want should have changed?
No, I think the bill. See, that bill was conceived in 2010, and now it's 2016, and a lot of water has flown under the bridge. The power of this platform for subsidies has come out. So I think the fact that they're using it as the platform for subsidy is a very good thing. I think the privacy concerns have been addressed. So I think, this is actually the best of both governments. I think the UPA was very, very gracious in giving me a chance to build this platform. And I think the India government has also been gracious in taking it forward. So I'm a happy man because the country is benefiting from this.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Nilekani, for talking to us. Thank you.